If you're building your herbal medicine cabinet, you need to know about yarrow. While it grows like a common weed, there is nothing common about it, and you should keep some on hand. Today we will be discussing the amazing yarrow. Yarrow grows on every continent in the world except Antarctica and grows wild all over North America. It is a pretty plant that grows upright and is 1 to 3 feet tall with clusters of tiny flowers and fine feathery leaves. Wild plants have white flowers, while cultivated plants may be any color of the rainbow. The color of the flower doesn't affect its medicinal properties, so plant every color you can find in your yard for a beautiful landscape and lots of useful medicine. Yarrow is the common name of the plant Achillea millefolium and is in the Asteraceae family. Other plants in this family include daisies, sunflowers, and echinacea, so if you're allergic to any of these plants, you may want to avoid yarrow. It is important to know the scientific name of the plants you are using medicinally, so you are confident that what you are using is the plant you really want. Other common names for yarrow are soldier's woundwort, nosebleed plant, and thousandleaf. The use of yarrow in food and medicine dates back to about 1200 BC, and it is named after the Greek hero Achilles. He was said to have carried the plant into battle to treat his wounded soldiers. Yarrow can be used topically or internally for these issues. A styptic is a substance used to slow or stop bleeding. The dried and crushed flowers and leaves can be sprinkled on a cut or scraped to stop bleeding. Yarrow can also be taken internally as a tea to slow internal bleeding until you can get to the emergency room. But while taking yarrow topically is safe for nearly everyone, if you are pregnant, do not use this plant internally as it has been associated with miscarriage. For nosebleeds, yarrow has been used to stop bleeding by inserting a pinch of yarrow powder into the nose. If you're looking for a must-have herb to have on hand, especially if you have children who like to get scraped knees and elbows, yarrow is the herb for you. Yarrow is a diaphoretic, which means it makes you sweat, and an antipyretic, which means it reduces fever. Diaphoretics are used to sweat out infections such as the flu and other viruses. And while fevers can make you uncomfortable, usually they don't pose any real threat. They are one of your body's best defense mechanisms against infections. Viruses and bacteria don't like heat, so when you get a fever, you need to know that this is your body's way of protecting itself. If you're an adult and your temperature is over 104 degrees Fahrenheit, or if it stays over 102 degrees Fahrenheit for more than 24 hours, call your doctor. Otherwise, you just need to support the fever. Don't fight it. Yarrow can help you feel cooler by causing you to sweat. Mix 1 teaspoon of dried yarrow leaves or flowers in hot water to make a tea. Let it steep for 20 minutes, then strain. Drink this 1 to 3 times a day for a fever. As always, if you are pregnant or nursing, or if you use prescription medication, or if you have a chronic health condition, always check with your healthcare provider to make sure any herb you are interested in using is safe for your particular circumstance. Because of its anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and analgesic properties, it also promotes healing of burns and other wounds. Apply the powdered yarrow directly to the wound or make a yarrow tea. Let it cool and make a compress by dipping a clean cloth into the tea. Lightly wring it out and then apply it to the wound. You can cover the compress with a waterproof dressing such as plastic wrap to keep the compress moist. Change the compress 2 to 3 times a day. If you're learning something new, please hit that like button. Yarrow acts on the smooth muscles of the GI tract and the uterus, which makes it very useful for stomach cramping due to diarrhea or gas, and for menstrual cramping. Sipping on a cup of yarrow tea once or twice a day can help ease the pain. But as stated before, do not take yarrow internally if you are pregnant. A study in 2012 showed that the growth of H. pylori, the bacteria that is most often responsible for gastric ulcers, was suppressed by yarrow. This allowed the body to fight off the infection and heal the ulcer. You need to be aware that because yarrow enhances blood clotting, it is not an herb that should be taken on a routine basis, except under the supervision of a functional medicine provider. I will leave a link in the description below so that you can find one in your area. If you have found this information helpful, but want more information on natural ways you can stay healthy, click here. Thank you for joining me today to learn about the wonderful herb yarrow. Stay healthy, plant a rainbow of yarrow in your yard, and have a blessed week.